So recently I purchased the ER Power Cage, and I've been able to use it for about 2 months now. And with it becoming more and more common for people to buy their own at-home gym equipment, I wanted to give this an honest assessment and review so you can know whether or not you should invest in this power cage. Also, before we get into the review itself, I just want you to know that I am not paid, nor am I sponsored, nor do I have any affiliate links to any of these products. So this is 100% unbiased. Just wanted to throw that out there. I'm first going to go over how difficult it was to assemble. Then I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what all it comes with, as well as some of the pros and cons of the power cage itself. And to conclude, I'm going to give you my final recommendations on whether or not it's worth your money. So if you get it from Amazon, it will probably come in 2 packages. When you open one of them up, it's going to come with some instructions, as well as a bunch of small little metal pieces, so nuts and bolts. And it will also come with 2 small little wrenches. You can use them. They actually work pretty well, but I would probably get some better tools to make your life much easier. Following the instructions were actually pretty simple. It only came with about 13 or 14 steps to follow, so you should have no problem putting it together. So I actually put it together by myself, and it took me approximately, I would say, 7 to 8 hours. So if you had someone to help you, you may be able to cut that time in half. Now on to what actually comes with the power cage. For starters, it comes with 2 cable handles, and the nice thing about these is that they come with different lengths, so you can adjust the cable handles on whether or not you want them to be longer or shorter. Next, it also comes with a cable bar, which you can obviously use for things such as tricep extensions or bicep curls. It also comes with a tricep rope, which can be used for similar things depending on what type of exercise you're trying to do. The cage also comes with a lat pull down bar, which is nice, but because of how the cage is set up itself, it can sometimes be a little bit awkward to use, but I'll go into that a little bit later. And one of my favorite attachments, the dip bars, I guess that's what you would call them. Anyways, it's just an attachment you put on the sides of the cage to allow you to do things such as tricep or chest dips. It also comes with a T-bar that you can attach to the lower left part of the power cage, which I guess is pretty nice. I live in the 3rd floor of an apartment, so this really doesn't work out for me. But if you're a normal person and set this up in a basement, this will probably be great for you for working out muscle groups such as your lats or back. The cage also comes with J-hooks as well as 2 clamps for the barbell if you want to load up some weight to do things such as back squats and bench press. And then the cage comes with 2 storage pins, and I've been able to store 3 45-pound plates, and it seems to hold up pretty well while also kind of giving the cage itself some stability. So I don't think you'll have to worry about anything there. And then also it does come with several different pins that you can put in various parts of the cage, which is kind of nice. And you can use this for things such as bands to help you with lifts or to even add some resistance. So that's a pretty cool feature. The cage also comes with 4 storage hooks that you can attach in the back. And this really isn't an attachment, but it is one of my favorite parts about the cage. It does have a pretty good pull-up bar. You can get some good movements with doing both pull-ups and chin-ups. It's pretty sturdy as well. At the bottom of the cage, it comes with a foot pedal that you can put on for things such as cable row exercises. And then finally, the cage comes with 2 safety bars that you can actually adjust for various heights, whether you're doing bench press or, again, something like squats. All right, now let's get to some of the pros and cons of the power cage. We'll start out with the pros first. The first pro would be that the power cage itself, I think, is pretty well engineered and pretty structurally sound. So it's compact and durable, so you can literally put it in just about anywhere. In my situation, like I said before, I live in the 3rd story of an apartment building, and it fits just great. Another great pro about this product is that it has a lot of adjustability, so you're really able to get a lot of those specific movements depending on what type of muscle group you're working out. Now this next one is kind of neutral. So when you first put the power cage together, the little pulley system in the back that's on the metal bar is pretty tough to get up and down, but if you use some WD-40, it starts to glide pretty smoothly, so it works really well. Now, there are some people who have complained about the pulley system. I think this specifically comes from when you load up the weight pretty high. You may feel that it's a little odd. I personally don't really feel much of an issue when I'm working out with a little bit higher weight, but if you're a pulley connoisseur, then you may be able to see the distinction. So I don't know, but for me personally, I think it's fine. The first con would be that some of the paint may chip when you put it together or when it is delivered to your place. I personally don't think it's too noticeable, but if you're into that type of thing, you may want to just keep that in mind. Now let's get to probably the number one con of the power cage, and that would be the lat pull down bar. Now I'm not talking about the lat pull down bar itself, but I'm kind of talking about its various attachment points. See, you can attach it on either side of the power cage, but when you're trying to do lat pull down, say with a movable bench, it's kind of a very awkward positioning. And then also, if you wanted to kind of attach it on either side, you can, but you don't really get a great range of motion just because you kind of have to stretch the cables themselves. And it just feels really awkward unless you're kind of sitting on the floor. And then that in and of itself is kind of weird. And that's probably what I would say this power cage's major downside is. All right, so now for my personal opinion. So again, I've been using this for about 2 months, and I would say it's been pretty great. I really haven't had too much of an issue with anything besides the whole lat pull down system, which you can do various other exercises to get a really good stretch for that. So with the ER Kang power cage, I would say you're probably getting a pretty good bang for your buck. Also, I actually got this during a Black Friday sale, and so it came in for me for under $600. So I don't know the exact price of what it costs now, but you may want to wait for either Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or any other deal that's going on. And if you have Amazon Prime, obviously the shipping is going to be very cheap, and it got here in a relatively good time. Now, if you don't have Amazon Prime, what I would do is I would wait until Amazon kind of gave you one of those 30-day free Amazon Prime promotions. That's actually exactly what I did, and so I got completely free shipping on it, and it came in, I think, within about a week and a half. Also, if you found this video useful, it would honestly help me out a lot if you could leave a thumbs up or some sort of comment down below. Be sure to subscribe for future content. All right, and that's it. That's my honest assessment of the ER Kang power cage. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.